Welcome to another Banter Blitz on Chess24. It's Sunday UK time, 12:30. I left the window open just in case you want to hear the birds tweeting. I like that myself. So let's mute over there. And alright, let's take the first challenge. Whoa. Aye. Alright. So, okay. E4. Let's play King's Gambit to start off with. I'll play violent openings today where possible. I've been looking at romantic era games recently, so. But can I get an aggressive position from this? I might have to be content with doubling the pawns, or trying to construct the centre at least, with c3 and d4. Okay, I might bring the bishop back to b3 here. I'm just wondering, bishop b3, f5. Oh, okay. This gives me a sort of, well, it looks interesting to play f5, potentially. I'm not sure about here exactly. What about just pinning that pawn? One thing that concerns me here, can I play queen e1 to h4? Or is there some sort of knight g4? Is that knight g4 always annoying? Let's put this back. I would like to play for queen h4, I think. Or is d5 going to be a nuisance? Queen h4, there's knight g4, that's the thing. Can I just rule that out for a moment? So queen h4, what about knight h5? What about even g4? This is crazy, g4. Because actually maybe there's f5 in this particular, yeah, f5. Let's play for f5, trying to squish the bishop. That seems to trap the bishop. Maybe that's sort of justified my g4 a little bit. Or a lot, you could argue. Okay. Going for the kill with bishop h6. Or bishop g5 here. d4 first. d4, e4. I really want to hold f5, so what about knight h4? And I can play bishop g5 without losing f5. So bishop g5 sort of traps the queen anyway. But even if it didn't, I think bishop g5 and f6. So bishop g5 and then f6. Bishop g5 trapping the queen. If h6, well, h6 wasn't played. I think that's missing the threat there. h6, I think, needed to be tried in that position to parry bishop g5. This looks dangerous now for black, to say the least. Putting it mildly. Alright, thanks for the game, aye? Okay, Johan Willem Mobis. Okay, let's see. Ready? Are we ready? Okay. Let's play this with g6. And, alright. Let's see, can I see what happens here with this? Is d5 played? Maybe d5, d6 is a concern. Okay. Can I at least get the light square bishop? I wonder, I'm trying to provoke, in a way, d5. Okay. Now, that knight, for the moment, can swing via c4. I can probably do it here to go to b6. Because it's sort of out of play on a5. I was just concerned if I don't play it now, then b3 happens. And I don't know what... Yeah, I mean, there's possibilities of chipping away at the centre with h6, king h7, f5 now. On the other hand, that weakens that diagonal. What about c6? Is that crazy? If d6... knight c8, I think I'm scooping up that pawn. Let's see. d6 might be too much. Or is it? Is d6 too much for white? Is it a weak pawn or a strong pawn there? I'm banking on knight c8 there. There's another aspect to this position, I think. Takes a5 for bishop a6. Alright, maybe we can use these ideas here. If I take... That diagonal's blocked. That's one perk of having a pawn on d6. So if I can get to play bishop a6 to activate this guy, knight c4 hits d6 again anyway. That'll be interesting. I'm not sure that this is scary, this f5 stuff, because with the bishop there, I don't know, it doesn't seem quite stable enough to support h6 and f5 here. Just wondering, like bishop a6, knight c4. Right, this diagonal's already, it's been tested. He's got that check he could throw in. Does he want to throw in the check here? He might want to throw in the check there. Now that the bishop's off that diagonal, I do wonder h6. There's a knight h4, king h7. I'm just wondering if I can get in f5. If I try for f5 now, or is this too ambitious? King h7, f5. If he unpins, c5 is like nearly winning. Oh, the knight. I've got to give the knight a square. This is getting rather unfortunate looking. In fact, give the knight a8 for a moment. Oh dear. Oh, okay. Okay, this might not be entirely clever. Okay, to give the knight a8. I've been a bit squished here. Okay, so yeah, I seem to be getting done over actually. I get the idea I'm getting done over here. But wait. There's rook b4. Can these knights ever come out? I'm hitting e4. That means f5 is also possible, hitting the knight anyway, even if it wasn't pinned there. I've got f5, f4, trapping the bishop almost. So f5 here is still possible for rook h4. You can get another pawn there on g6. Maybe. Yeah, I think I might have missed a chance for f. Did I miss a chance for f5 when this knight was on d2 for f4? That's intriguing because I'm hitting that knight now. Now he's protecting that. All right, so that's intriguing. Bishop d2, rook e4. E takes rook h4, takes king h8. I don't like playing particularly with dead knights, but that's the case at the moment. Sleepy knights over here. Sleepy knights. Okay. The rook is being put back in its box as well. Okay, e5 could be a target. What about queen e8 here? Queen e8. Just hold e5. I can never play g5 without knight f5. Oh, what do I do with these knights? Crikey. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, think. Takes bishop e2. Tactical idea. Better with g5 first. Probably. And get the exchange back. Is that losing outright? What about using this b file somehow? a5 is also hanging. This isn't a very nice position, I've got to say. No, I don't like this. Okay. What to do? What to do? g5? At least try and get this knight away. Can I play queen d8? That holds a5. Can I get this knight away so I can play... I want to hold that though. I want to play g5. Hold that. Infiltration points. Maybe. I got to stop knight h4 again, I think. Right. That looks very bad for e5, of course. I have to do something radical here. There's bishop d3. Hold on. Is that a weakness of the last move there? Desperately trying to get something going here. I don't know how much this might help or not. Control those light squares a little bit. Maybe rook e8. Maybe bishop, not bishop e4. Yeah, without these knights. No, I don't want my light squares weakened because he's got bishop b1 going in for my king. That combination of bishops would be lethal. This rook e7 is very unpleasant. Uh-oh. I got to stop rook e7. And is that queen e4? If he just gets on these diagonals, I'm dead. I'm playing with sleepy knights here. Alright, there might be a chance with... not f3. If I get the queens off... do I get the queen? Oh, crikey. I don't know. This is a panicky move. I'm not doing anything with these knights, so... Stop queen c3. Again, I'm not doing anything with that knight. Ah! Uh-oh. Hang on. There's no... okay, okay. Oh, do something. Anything. Nope. Oh, that was brutal, brutal. I was just hoping not to get mated that quickly. Oh, brutal. Okay. Oh, man. No, I was outplayed. The knights just didn't inspire confidence over there. I've never had such bad knights for a while. Oh, that was brutal. I thought I just got to get the queens off to avoid being mated. Didn't help. Oh. Okay, try and focus. Okay, getting the queens off early here. This is knight c6. There's 3 pieces for the queen and a pawn. That's tasty. I'll go for this. 3 pieces and a pawn is not a bad deal. So queen h5, knight e7, and rook d6 is not a bad number of pieces, unless I'm losing one of them too quickly. Yeah. Right, what's hanging here? Is that queen trappable? If it wasn't for a3 being loose, that queen would be trappable. Okay. Yeah, it's annoying, that queen, actually. Can I just hold that pawn for a moment? Or do I take the bishop? Oh, it's my knight getting stranded. It was just too clever. Okay. I can take on d6, right? Maybe I should take on d6. And get back to base here. I can support the rook. Well, I feel the knight's stranded. I'll take on c8 and rook d3. And the knight's holding the rook. Okay, so what do I do here? Rook d8. Okay. Okay, bishop b1 for knight e2. No. End up losing bits here. That's a shame. Maybe this wasn't clever. Bishop b1 for knight e2. That holds the rook. Maybe knight e2 is possible. I need to get some piece coordination here. Queen a1, rook b3. If I can get king h2, bishop b2, there's bishop g7 on queen b1. Alright, I'm trying for bishop b2 here. Alright, queen a4, rook g3. f6. What do I do on f6 exactly? f6, knight f4, queen d1, bishop d3. Knight f4. Hang on, let's think about this. f6, knight f4, queen d1, bishop d3. I'm trying for like bishop c4 and provoke e5, and something like rook g4, knight g6, rook h4 if that bishop was on that diagonal. So that sort of plan, trying to weaken, if I can weaken this diagonal. So f6, knight f. Whoa. Okay. Am I just going to be dropping a bishop if I'm not careful? Knight f4, queen d1, bishop d3. Well, I think I've got to get the knight to h5 if possible. Is queen d1 winning some material back? Or can I play knight h5? It might be possible. Queen d1, knight h5, queen b1, knight g7, no, queen b2. Bishop d3 does queen d2. Is there bishop a2 just to try and avoid material loss? On queen c2, maybe knight d3. Queen c2, knight d3. Oh, these bishops look too fragile. The queen's a real nuisance here. Okay. Bishop b1. Bishop c1. This points at h7. I don't know if I can get my rook to h4. Bishop c1. e5. This is too slow. e5, rook g4, rook h4. Is that far too slow? Okay. It's pointing at h7 potentially. I've just closed this diagonal. Right. Might have to give up one of the pieces. Yeah. Okay, I think I'm giving up one of the pieces. Can I get a blockade? Wouldn't have thought this is too hot. Can I get the other pawn? This looks a bit too tricky to manage the three pieces here. There's knight e1 maybe. Knight e1. Uh-oh. Don't think I'm going to make this somehow. Yeah, well played. I don't think it's my day today so far. Oh well. Okay. It's a good lineup here to smash me today. Oh man. Okay. Oh, okay. I'm being bunnied here. I think that was maybe a bit too difficult, that three pieces thing for a blitz game. If that was sound, I don't know, it required accuracy. Required a lot of accuracy. I don't know if it was even, yeah, maybe the queen was just too good. I don't know. Well, this is deep thinking. Okay. D5. Is that any good? Trying to open up. I don't know if that should be. That might be okay, roller. Yeah. Yeah. Can I do that? Yeah, I don't like the structure. So queen e6, queen g6. If I get a move, I don't know if structures. He's a bit slow, isn't he? What is this? Okay. Queen e6, queen g6. Do I get a chance for that? I'll take here then. That entry point is dangerous. D7. I suppose. Can I challenge that? Rook D8. Or not? Aha. I think I have to rely on bishop a5 here. C5, bishop a5. I have to rely on that, I think. If yes, I probably should make some air for the king here. F6 and king f7. Okay, hopefully this is okay. What happens here? It's ending. This bishop's kind of pretty bad. Yeah, a3 and b4 is just going to eat my bishop. That's not great. Oh, dead bishop over there. I haven't got anything to a3 and b4, have I? Later. That's not very funny. I probably have to keep rook on. It's pretty dire. I think a3 and b4 just wins my bishop. Yeah. Alright, have I got anything? F5, maybe for f4 for rook e1. No, that bishop's gone. Are we playing a piece down here? This looks pretty bad. I get pulled back. And get this pawn on c6. Uh-oh. I was hoping to get the pawn on c6. I'm defending against bishop b6 now. Oh, that's not possible. I've got my king over there. This looks pretty bad. I think this is gone. I'm shedding games today. This is just gone, isn't it? It's just well gone. Yeah, there's no defense here. I'm shedding games here. Okay, I think that's just gone. I'm resigning. Try and keep positive, and I'm shedding a lot of games here. But yeah, it was a strong lineup. It was a probability. There was a probability, high probability. I think. All plays. Okay. Let's go knight e2 and c4 stuff. So bishop c3. I think on c5. Let's see. I need to get my queen out of there. Queen c2 maybe. Queen c2, bishop c3. Okay, that is a pawn, but I don't think it matters too much necessarily. Okay, rook e2, bishop d2. I'll try and go on this diagonal. Bishop d2 to f4. I wonder if I can probably e5 after. I don't know if I can do that actually. So rook d1 for a moment. So yeah, bishop d2. I think you can bishop d4, bishop f4, e5. Yes. I'll try for this bishop f4 here. Can I do this? This is quite a good diagonal sometimes to get on. Here it looks as though that's pretty dangerous. So e5, knight e5. Okay. That looks pretty good. Well, thanks for the game. Thanks. Okay, I needed that. Simba. Okay. All right. I got to try and focus 100%. Otherwise, okay. Try and minimize losses today. This is. I don't know if I didn't wake up properly or something. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. No. Good play today. All getting really strong. So knight GE2. This Botvinnik system. Now. Focus. Castling and King H2 and stuff. Bishop E3, Queen D2. Queen D2 and D4. Bishop H6. Idea. Try and weaken the dark squares. Now knight B3 is a pain. Let rook A3 for a moment. F4, G4, F5. F4, G4, F5. Why does that look good? I think that might be okay. G4 and F5. G4 here. Is it too dangerous? Probably a bit too dangerous. FG though, knight G3 is interesting. G takes bishop H3. As long as I don't get forked, that might be an interesting sort of gambit to do something over here. F takes knight G3. G takes bishop takes. And as long as there's no knight F3, that I think that does something for me. Like I can play for F5 maybe. Well, I hope. There might be knight F3 here. Don't know if well, HG there's queen H4. That's not too clever. If I took that there, then knight E2. That knight's a bit of a pain. E5, F5. G takes bishop H3. Or maybe there's a bit of something here. If I knew what it was. We've also got D5 hitting the rook. Factor that in. D5 hitting the rook. Bring this rook back, I think. Soon. After he plays D5. Maybe rook A1. Just connect the rooks for a moment. Does FG do anything? I'm weakening my light squares. I've got A2 for the queen over here. C5 might be good for that diagonal. C5 good here, just to get the diagonal open, because I'm wondering about, well, FG, if the queen's over there, FG, that rook, that knight's kind of loose. Maybe the check and then queen F7 as a rook F8. Right, isn't that FG and rook F6? Potentially here. Oh, there's bishop G6. Oh, bishop G6, whoops. Okay, that's not too clever, necessarily. Okay. These pawns in the centre don't look great. Check a knight d5, check the bishop f7. Queen e3 then, just to blockade for a moment. This looks not very clever. Gotta say. This does not look clever. Yes, there might be queen, I don't know, queen h4 coming. What can I do which might be useful? Knight a4, knight a4 to c5. To d7. This pawn, I can do something with this pawn over here. There's bishop d7 for a moment. As long as there's no queen h5, there's rook f2 after that. This looks pretty bad actually. Okay. Alright. There's a bishop coming on that diagonal. Okay. Is there a possibility of bishop e6 or something? Oh, I'm just blundered a piece there. Yeah, I just blundered a piece. Alright, let's throw this check in. Is there any knight f5 or anything? There's queen f2, there's rook f2, knight f5. Oh boy. Yeah, it just takes with his queen. Oh, this looks terrible. I think it's gone. Yeah, basically, I've had it. Yeah. Okay. What can I do here? Bishop d7 or bishop e6? There's a check there. This doesn't look too hot either, to say the least. Yes. Yeah. Oh, I've got many moves there. Oh, did he just have a piece hanging there? Oh, a rook. Yeah, well played. I'm not doing too well today. I'm just gonna laugh about it. I'm sorry. I'm not doing too well. Well played. I'm open season today. No. I might have to end promptly at 2 o'clock. I don't know. I'm just leaving some pieces hanging and stuff today. There. Okay, I'll take here. Okay, I'm hoping to win the exchange. I think this is winning the exchange. Okay, where does the bishop go? I'm probably winning the exchange here. The bishop goes to a5, bishop f7. Yeah, I'm hoping this is this should be good. If bishop f3, okay, there's a check there after. That might be dangerous, so get out of the way. Bishop g3 and knight e4. Knight f3 to e5. Knight f3, there's bishop c4. Hold on a sec. Why don't I just double rooks? Rook e2, rook e1, rook e7. Right, double rooks and rook e7. Yeah, this pawn could be dangerous though. If I play rook e7 and bishop h4 stuff, I'll try and get to g7, I think. Rook e7, knight f3 to e5. I have to try and make sure this pawn isn't totally okay. Bishop d6 here looks for rook d7. Right, so knight g5 to f7 at some point. Or knight g5, bishop e5. As h7 looks vulnerable. Alright, I might have to play rook a1. Okay. Alright, so bishop e5. Yeah. I don't know. I don't feel I'm playing optimally today. What, he shouldn't have this position. Bishop e5. Okay, let's see. I think it's still okay. Maybe knight f4 to g6 now. All right, I can take that. I think, or not. Rook e8's after. It's quite dangerous. Is it or not? Might not be. Don't think it is necessarily. Okay, back row though. There's queen e1. Queen e1 for a moment. Okay, thanks. Yeah, okay. The commutator. Hello. Okay, so here we go. Knight takes coming, or queen takes here. Maybe queen takes is interesting here because of this extra dark square weaknesses and stuff. e5. Actually, bishop g5, bishop g7, knight. There's no knight d5. Bishop g5 for e5. What about this? e5. If check knight c3, I think e5 is looking okay. Although I'm going to do another dodgy queen sack here with ef or something. It's not needed. It's not really needed. What about just queen c3? There's knight d5 or knight e4. Queen d1. Queen e3. Okay, let's try and calculate. Queen c3, knight moves. Where does it move to? If it moves, Okay. Okay, queen. What does queen h4 here? Queen e7, bishop e2. No, queen e7. Just bishop takes f6. Yeah, that solves the queen e7 problem, I believe. Maybe. Okay, this could be good. So queen e7, bishop f6, hitting the queen, and then there's queen f6 after. That looks like the move. That might be an accurate move by me. I don't know. It might be. Yeah, I think the other ones are just allowing this tempo gain. If I played c3, there's either knight e4 or d5. And then queen moves, there's queen e7 after pinning the pawn. So I think this is the only way to try and... Yeah. Alright, there is bishop d2 here. Okay, bishop d2. I'm still hoping this is okay. Knight b5, I just snap that off. Whew. Right, this looks to be winning a piece. If there's no knight b4, queen e5 ef. Looks okay. Still might be on for winning a piece here. Alright, okay, queen b2, yes. Okay. Well, I can take on g7 after that, so I'll go with this. Maybe I need bishop d3 after. Okay, queen b2 takes queen a1, bishop d3 should be, well, no, it's check anyway on the rook. My calculation is great today. It's check on the rook. Okay. Well, that actually helps me hold c1 from afar, so I can play bishop c3 there, surely. So queen b2, bishop c3. So I'm holding c1 from afar. Okay, I can play this check, and then bishop d3, trying to evict the queen safely. Oh, thanks for the game. Okay, Smugs 2006. Okay. As if I get the d5 square, do I? I hope to get the d5 square, if nothing else, or f4 g5 looks okay in this position. Right. Let's see. Okay. Queen d6. That might be okay. For bishop d7, then rook coming to e8. So bishop d7 and then rook e8. Or not really. Not convinced actually. I was concerned about bishop e6, bishop h6 there. I don't know. I want to sort of get this bishop out. Maybe knight e4, queen b4. Queen b4 might be okay there. Okay, I could dissolve the pawn here. Okay, I think c5 is asking for knight e4. Oh, that's interesting. Can I not just play c6 though? Just to hold that d5 for a bit. Okay, I'm gonna take on e3 here. And this looks okay, I think, if I can just play rook e8 and a6, c5, if knight f3, d4. So that sort of plan, when I cover the b5 square, rook e8, c5, then he's on d5, but then I play d4. That looks fine enough. Alternatively, yeah. Now that knight b5 isn't gonna nick this pawn over here. Can I? I think it's quite windy today. I'm probably should shut that window. It's a bit of a distraction. Alright. I thought there's bishop h3 as well. And he's got rook b7 now. Yeah. Okay. But there is bishop h3 potentially in this position. I don't know why it's so windy today. Okay. Bishop takes. Knight f4, there's bishop c8. d4. Can I not play just d4 here? So, okay, bishop g4, and that should be okay. Bishop g4. Okay. d3 and rook f3 look good. Yeah, if I just play d3 and then rook f3 for queen g3. Oh, that's hanging in the rook. Oh, thanks for the game. Alright. Fenneman. Oh, I've still got a tough line. I'm going to lose a record number of games today. I better shut this window. I got to remove my distractions. Oh, man. And this window is just downright annoying. Okay. It's just too windy to have the window open today, I'm afraid. That's the end of the birds tweeting. It's too windy. Otherwise, on a less windy day. Okay. I love the birds tweeting, but it's just so windy and it's just hitting the window all the time. The window's like slamming. Okay. I'll try and use these old IT books, gigantic doorstep books, to sort of hold things in place there, but even so, it's not doing the job. You get these gigantic like IT books from Rock's Press or whatever. Queen c1, huh? What about this for knight g6? So bishop g4 taking, queen d7 to h3. So rook e8, h5, h4, h3 or something. This looks pretty dangerous. Yeah, actually for knight e2 check. So h5, If knight takes h4, knight e2 check is kind of winning the exchange. Is that enough? Do I need to lose f6 in the process? Can I not just do this first and then h5, h4? Then maybe h3. That's good. Yeah, I think this idea of trying to undermine f3 and e2, so h5, h4, h3, trying to undermine, well, f3 and e2 here. The knight looks pretty good, as far as I can tell. Right. So is there like knight g2 for bishop f3 here? Knight g2 is probably quite good here to hit that. Well, just to take on f3. If it doesn't, well, what does white do here? White's losing the exchange and the knight. Okay, get the coffee in. Okay. And there's bishop e4. Bishop e4 looks, yeah. Bishop g2 and e4. I can play the check first and take her. Queen e3, rook f8, yeah, and then okay. Let's see, f2 looks, well, maybe I can treble. Just simply probably treble. Thanks for the game, Fenneman. Marcel, hi Marcel. Okay. I feel bad. I shut the window and I feel bad now. There's no birds tweeting. Oh, I don't know why is it so windy though. Okay, let's see. Queen c2 there. That looks. I was hoping for a nice some summer days coming up without it being too windy. So unfortunately, today's not one of those days. Let's see. Queen g5 to h5 looks pretty crude but dangerous. Queen g5 to h5. Yeah, this looks pretty dangerous. e4, queen h5. Yeah, it looks pretty dangerous. Queen h5. It's pretty crude and effective here, I think, in this particular position. Well, I think I might have missed knight e3. That was the discovered check winning the queen. Yeah, I think I might have missed something there. Okay. That's a shame. Although this is still probably... I think that would have ended the game just then. Oh well. Okay. Whilst this is a tempting position as well to have, it's some stuff to do. Okay, maybe e4 here, but I'll shut down my own bishop. But if the rook goes back, then it's mates. I need that exit square removed. So queen h2 after. Okay, or win the exchange. Alright. Let's see. G5 or D5. Some stuff to do here. Yeah. Stuff to do. Queen for rook and bishop might not be a bad thing here. Fantasy day. Probably dreaming this. This is a bad dream today. So, okay. Maybe this is a very, very bad idea. Okay, in principle, it's bad to keep playing dynamically if you've had a few. But on the other hand, I'm just too tempted to do it. Okay. I'm giving my opponents a chance today, clearly. Okay. What about the knight coming to f6 and then g4? This looks quite good, because if there's rook h2, knight h2, there's knight e3 there. In any case, the knight coming to g4, it looks as though this isn't too bad as queen sacks go. Knight g4, yeah, threatening rook h2, knight e3. Try and get the queen back, if nothing else. In this particular situation, rook h2, actually just taking and then knight e3 after. Okay, this situation is different now. Right. I need this diagonal. If I have that diagonal, this would be like mating. With bishop b5, rook h2 would be like mating. So rook h2 is mating. Rook h2, there's no exit on f1. So I believe rook h2 is good here. Rook h2, knight h2, rook h2 is mating. White's going to have to lose further material here. Okay. Right, thanks for the game, Marcel. Okay. Statistically, I'm not the favourite here now at all. Okay, fire flasher. Okay, high fire flasher. Can I recover some rating points? Maybe if I can up my game. Okay, somehow. He's going to try and hack me. I thought casting queenside. For some reason I'm tempted with this. It's a hook on g4. King h7 on knight g4. Can I play h4 here? c5 looks active, sort of Bronstein active piece play with c5. Sometimes it doesn't matter about d6. Sometimes. Alright. You can push back there. Is f5 too dangerous? This might be too dangerous for me. Yeah, this looks as though I'm in for slaughter time here. I should have avoided this sort of position. Looks like slaughter time. This is bishop h6. I don't think that helps. And it's like this is knight f7 after. This looks bad news. Bad news. Shouldn't have got this position. Shouldn't have headed towards this. It's over, I think. That means over. Knight f7. Yeah. It's pretty much over, yeah. Yeah. Oh, blown away there. Okay, I wasn't exactly the favourite for that on rating anyway, so okay. Played Butterfly. Is Butterfly ready? It's a 3-minute game we're playing here. So I like this Gambit idea. Sometimes I've played this with good effect, good results. This Gambit here sometimes is cool, especially in a 3-minute time control or bullet. It's blocking in the bishop. Can sometimes get good piece play. Right, so bishop c5. I think it's a nice position because white's pawns are pretty fragmented. Is white losing the pawn back? f5, knight f4. Okay, I can get the pawn back. Maybe this was dumb. I'm just losing the exchange now. This could be a dumb decision. Yeah, looks pretty dumb at the moment. Okay, pawn for the exchange. No, not even a pawn for the exchange. Oh, okay. I thought it was going to win the exchange with knight f7. It's only a 3-minute time control, so there's knight d6. Okay, so there's knight d6 to avoid. Okay, this gives me rook e2. Potentially, he has to parry rook e2, right? Rook e1. This is pretty quick time control. I'm still threatening this to mate here. I think rook e1 needed to be played there. Oh, there's rook d8 here, mate threat. Okay, I'm glad I've noticed that. I can take on f7 to extinguish the mate threat. Probably the safest thing to do because it's sort of double pawns anyway over there. So this looks good. Now if the rook moves, there's rook h1 to win the rook over here. Well, swing the rook over here, rook g6, or actually could try and win c5 here. If these rooks are like tied down, I can play surely just to win these pawns actually. If I'm not getting mated. Alright, this I can just take in and win the rook, I think. Okay. Yeah, I think he was just winning the exchange there. I don't think that was tactically quite right for me, but thanks to the game. Oh my god, does everyone beat the hell out of me? They're 2,500. Okay, I don't think I've done very well today against the 2300s plus generally. But let's see. Is my luck going to change here in this 5-minute game? Punch bag today. Is he ready? Otherwise, I'm just going to hope. I'm going to find another bunny now. I'm going to abort. Is clearly not ready. Get ready for the count. I need some bunnies to end off with, so I can lick my wounds. There's another 2350 now. Okay, I'm hoping he's ready. Come on. Can I redeem myself? I think this has been my toughest day ever on Chess 24. On ratings. But is anyone actually ready to play? This is my toughest day ever, and I haven't. I probably played a bit too speculatively, but anyway. All right, I'm going to try and redeem myself here. 2350. Okay, a tough guy. I'm going to try and play a reverse King's Engine style attack. Knight GE2, castles, king H2. That's my plan. This is a very aggressive play already by my opponent. Alright, if I take and then G4, I've had this sort of stuff before. I try and grip the light squares. So Knight G3, G5, try and grip the light squares. I've had some pleasant games in this with this idea. Sometimes G5 and try and grip the light squares. Right, but F2 is a liability. It needs to be immediately attended to. Oh, there's bishop F2. So G5 coming up. Try and grip the light squares here. So G5, Knight D5, and then don't know about C3 and D4. That I don't know. Let's see what happens here. G5, Knight moves. I imagine, and then King H2 might be worth a punt, or even H4. Maybe King H2. King H2 on Knight E8, King H2, then try and play for Knight D5. Yeah, I'm not sure Bishop H3 is working here. So Knight moves King H2. I'm hoping Knight E8, King H2. I can't see too much wrong with that. Necessarily, except F2's hanging. Yes, F2's hanging. Yes, that's the snag. F2. Okay. So H4 might be a better bet. There's Bishop G4, Queen E1, Knight D4. In that respect, then I might play Knight E4. Yeah, I think I'm going to offer H3. I'll just take on C5 and try and use this H file. That horrible bishop. I hate that bishop. Okay, not going for that. H4, there's Bishop G4, that's the problem. Queen E1, Knight D4. I'm going to stop Knight D4 in this position. How do I stop that? Maybe D3 is needed just to sack the pawn. D3, D5. D3 for Bishop E3 maybe is more palatable than that other line, because yeah, this I can't allow Bishop G4 and Knight D4. So I got somehow extinguish this pressure first. It's high priority. Try and control D4. Okay, so if he gives me this, okay, that's taken out some pressure. And I might have Queen H5 and an H file stuff. So queen h5 takes, and then rook h1 later. Yeah, this is like lesser evil plan, I think. If I lose that pawn, I've extinguished some pressure. Okay, that might be okay coming up. If I get in queen h5, I'll be happy enough. Knight c5 here, or knight c3. That's one question. There's d4, ed, knight d4, knight e4. Maybe that's okay to get the knight back to e4. It might be okay. So d4, ed, knight e4, or knight d4, knight e4. As long as there's no queen d5, that knight can be kicked like with c3, I imagine. I'm just hoping I can play queen h5 to have some play on the h file. Queen h5. Is that possible? Queen h5. Alright, okay. In fact, rook f8. Why don't I consider rook f8? Muppets. Rook f8. Rook f1 would have been really good there. Okay, e4 can hold some squares. There's rook h1 here. Yeah, what's wrong with rook h1 here? There's no queen f5 or anything. Okay. Might be getting some compensation now. If I take and then rook f1. If rook h8, there's rook f5, knight f5, queen f5. Oh, okay, that looks okay. So I'm playing for rook f5 here on rook h8. Takes, yeah, king's holding h1. King e6. I can still play rook f. Oh, there's knight d5 here. That looks nice. Knight d5. That holds e3, crucially, actually. Okay. So here, c4 looks nice. Just to play queen g6. If knight f5, queen g6, yeah, c4 looks nice. Just to play queen g6, well, king d5. I can take that. Go back. Queen g6. Alright, I'm winning a game. I'm winning a game, I think. This looks good so far. Getting some rating points back here. If I can win this. Let's not count the chickens too quickly. If I take, check, queen g7, it looks all over by the shouting. Or is it? Should be. Surely. Yeah, rook e7 on king f7. Rook e7. And then there's queen g8. Queen g8 looks nasty pin. Okay, there's a bit more to do. Knight f5 for knight g7. Okay, I'm not allowing a check, am I? If I play knight g7. If I'm not allowing a check, it should be. Oh, there is a check. Okay. Let's simplify. Oh, thanks. Okay, okay, hooray! Oh, get some points back. Get some points back from today. Okay, hooray! Okay, for me. Anyway, just play. I'll play one more, I think, and then yeah, well played today. This has been a really, really tough day, and well played though to those that did me over today. Yeah. Okay. So I think I'll make this the last game, and we'll play today. I'll try and play for this hack attack here, just for a bit of fun, and sometimes it's dangerous anyway. Play sack the knight. ED here, or knight h6 to f5. I can play knight f5. ED after. That looks good. Knight f5 and ED. Putting some pressure on that sensitive central square. Oh, do I need to castle? I mean, it's possible that I need to castle. Probably I should castle. In fact, yeah, I don't want any nasty surprises. This situation can wait. Okay, until here, I think. Can it? That's b5. Okay, it might change the picture a bit. b5. Does it? b5 seems a bit loosening. Okay, I can take now surely this way and try and kick this knight on d5 with c6. So c6 coming up on the rook. c6, bishop e5 or knight g3. Knight g3 or queen f6 to bishop e5. Alright, so queen g5 is an immediate threat here. Queen g5. And I'll say that king moves, well, not to h1, there's knight g3. If g1, maybe, well, there's still dangerous, isn't it? Bishop d4. Alright, so queen g5 looks like a nasty pin here. Queen c1, queen g3. Queen c1 is needed. In fact, I had g5 as well, probably. In that position, I just had g5. Okay. Well, the check here in g5 is still probably strong, because if the knight moves, there's queen h2 or bishop d4. G5 here. Okay, that's interesting. G5 here. Knight h5, bishop d4. Let's have a punt with this. So bishop d4 and then well, the thing is there's queen h2 as well. Doesn't that just lose a piece? If I just take the queen off, there's no check. It's pretty non-controversial, I think, just to take her on f4. is it? Okay, check and then bishop e3. So I'm hoping that there's no big passed pawn problem emerging. I can play knight g3 to shut down this g file. Can I? I can probably evict this with my king to avoid losing h4, just in case. Well, that's how you... Okay, yeah, well played today. It wasn't my day. Yeah, thanks for the games. Thanks. Well played. Well played. I got to see you next week then. I'll try and do better next week. Must try harder next week. I've been bunnied this week. Thanks. Well played. Cheers then. But you're all getting stronger, I'm sure, as well. Thanks very much. Until next week. Oh, loading up Visual Studio there. Okay.